Another VEDA bites the dust. Genuinely shocked that we got this far. Yesterday I revisited the goals that I set for myself at 18 for the following decade. I have 3.5, 4-ish years left in that decade. But what I've also done recently is set goals for my life, for the hopefully 7+ decades that I have left. I mentioned it in one of my adulting videos, but I'm really a fan of doing a kind of self-assessment, a life audit, sitting down in a structured way saying, you know, what is my life like? What are my choices like? How can I change them? What do I want for myself? What goals do I want to set going forward? It's to really sit down and question and think about the most basic kind of assumptions that you made about yourself and to say, you know, what things do I want out of life and how can I structure my choices to get there? There are lots of ways to do this. I've listed some links in the description of kind of blog posts that I think are really helpful in kind of structuring how you do this exercise. The one I did recently is called 100 Things, and it's just a list of 100 things that you would like to learn or do in your life. And it's actually really hard and kind of emotional and overwhelming to think about 100 things that you want to put down to paper and to commit to wanting. So I'm going to share with you some excerpts from that list. The first one I wrote down was to be financially independent. This is something I also mentioned yesterday. For me, money represents freedom and self-sufficiency, of being able to live where I want, take the job that I want, afford my life and to support myself without having to go to others for help. I do want to be self-employed. I want to try that at some point. I know that those of you who are perhaps are going to say like, oh, that's not all it's cracked up to be. But I know at this point what working for somebody else is like. And I would like to try to launch my own business, to be an employer at some point in my life. I want to help people launch businesses. Again, I covered this yesterday. I want to be a creative midwife. I want to help people take an idea and create something out of it and really bring the goal and the dream that they've had and put it into the world. I want to call a new city home, even temporarily, and related, I want to work from another country for at least 3 months. I want to be an aunt or a godmother. I want to publish a book, and I want to publish an e-course or an e-book or some kind of instructional series. I want to be able to run a 10K and just improve my fitness generally. I want to improve my Spanish to full fluency and related, spend a whole day without speaking English. I want to be interviewed on a podcast. I want to present at a conference. I want to visit a whole bunch of new countries. I'm not going to read the whole list to you, but on the list are Japan, New Zealand, and Australia. I want to grow half or more of my own food in a given year, and I want to eat eggs from my own chickens. Also, I didn't write this down, but I'm going to after this video. I want to have honey from my own bees. I want to have a home library, have all of my books in one place, which they have never been. I want to go on a long road trip. I want to go on a 1-week internet fast. I also want to camp outside somewhere for more than 1 week. I want to volunteer for or contribute to in some other way a high school drama program. Mine did so much for me. I made a video about it actually in VEDA 3 years ago, and I really want to give back in that way. I want to create a widely used app or service or website. I want to sew and wear a piece of clothing. I want to be published in the New York Times. I want to care for my mental health even when I am stable and even when I think I don't deserve it. I want to adopt or foster or advocate for a child in need. I want to dance without being self-conscious just one time. I want to bake croissants from scratch. I want to complete a serious home renovation project by myself. I want to get a degree in, or at least really deeply armchair scholar, amateur study media theory. That's an excerpt from my list. It was a really sort of humbling and thought-provoking and scary, but good scary exercise. So again, I really recommend it. I have resources in the description. Thank you again for sticking along with me. It's been really amazing to kind of capture this moment in my life and what I'm thinking about, what I think I'm good at, what I think is valuable in my life that other people might want. I know I'll be embarrassed about some of these things later down the line. I'm already embarrassed about some of my editing in some of these videos, but I think it's an act of faith and an act of trust in myself to record myself as a work in progress. Hopefully I'm always a work in progress. So it's futile and self-defeating to say, oh, I'll only wait until my idea is perfect to get it out there, or I'll only wait until myself is perfect in, looks or in expression or in ideas, and wait to share. Even that run-on sentence was totally imperfect, but you know what? When I look back at myself from 6, 7, 8 years ago and the videos that I made, I am so grateful that I had the courage/ignorance to just talk about what I was thinking. I hope that I will always keep growing enough to be proud of and a little bit embarrassed by, but really fiercely protective and fond of my past selves. So future Amanda, this is what 24 felt like, and I can't wait to see what's next. Please share some of your goals with me in the comments. I'll see you soon.